Hi, my name is Stefan.
My name is Jonas. We're here to talk about the Musical Soundscapes series.
And this episode is about Volume 3, called Tropical Dream. So, Volume 3 in the Musical Soundscapes series, Tropical Dream. We had to come up with a successor to the successful Pacific Blue album, and this was very difficult because, in a way, Pacific Blue was a hard act to follow, and we had pre-orders for Tropical Dream, or for whatever the next album would be, before we had even written the first note. People were asking, if you guys put another album, I want it in my shop first. It's like, what are you talking about? We haven't even started writing yet. So we had to come up with something very interesting for this next album.
The photo of Tropical Dream's cover was taken by a good friend of ours. They happened to be vacationing out in Vancouver, and it was taken at the Macmillan Bloedel Conservatory in Vancouver. Features a cockatoo and then a layered tapestry of plants and tropical atmosphere. Beautiful photo. It turned out wonderful and fitted just perfect for this issue of the Musical Soundscape series. Some of the sounds that you hear in the Tropical Dream were recorded in the rainforest behind Kīlauea on the big island of Hawaii. That day I picked my first papaya off of a Hawaiian beach. And so it was a wonderful day, and it was also recorded using a binaural sound system, a headphone system, that picked up the complete ambience of the Hawaiian rainforest.
Yeah, speaking of technology, actually the evolution of the Soundscape series to me is always very closely tied to the evolution of my recording studio. And for every album, for each release, I had picked up a new little gadget or maybe even more of a milestone equipment. And for this album, I had purchased an 8-track tape recorder, multi-track tape recorder that would allow us to record acoustic instruments or electric, real live instruments on a track. We couldn't do this on the computer in those days, at least not on mine. And so I was very excited because we could play, live percussion, we could play guitar, we could have somebody come and play saxophone. A good friend of mine from the University of Victoria, Wendell Clanton, he's still teaching there actually.
Great.
Hi Wendell. Played a couple of very beautiful saxophone solos. Another good friend of mine, Hugh Dickey from Vancouver, came in with his massive guitar stack. He's cranking up the volume in my little apartment and played this incredible, almost rock and roll type of solo, which I think was great. Actually, I lost track of him. Huey, if you're watching this, get back in touch. So that was very nice, and I really enjoyed being able to play percussion, play saxophone, and it opened up the sound space quite a bit.
Definitely started out with very vibrant percussion. Our horizons were widening with every new CD edition.
I was actually worried that our publisher might say, you guys getting a little too
rocky.
bold,
Yeah.
but he didn't. He liked it. So there you go. That's Tropical Dream in a nutshell. Stay tuned for the next episode, which will be on Volume 4, Pacific Blue 2.